This is my full Google application process. And of course, this was just my experience as a college student applying for software engineering jobs. I'm not speaking on behalf of the company, and everyone's experience may vary. So the process started in August, the summer before my senior year. A recruiter reached out and asked if I'd be interested in a job. I obviously said yes, and I sent over my resume and transcript. The next step was an online coding assessment. This is pretty standard for most companies. When I passed that stage, I moved on to the next round, which was the virtual coding interview. I got a form to fill out my availability for that, but then I think hiring got paused for a bit. I'm not sure exactly what happened behind the scenes, but they weren't able to give me an interview until February, which was 5 months later. I did 2 interviews back to back with 2 different interviewers. This may have been fewer than normal because I'd interned there in the past, but again, I'm not really sure what normal is. I can only share my experience. They got back to me in March saying I had passed the interviews, but they couldn't give me an offer yet because they still weren't sure how many positions were available. And then a few months after that, they got back to me to ask if I was still interested to move on to team matching. This is where you meet with a few different teams that have openings, and the teams are interviewing multiple candidates as well, so there's no guarantee that you'll get a job until you match. And I had other job offers too, so I wasn't desperate or anything. Like, I was already working at another company which I genuinely loved while all of this team matching stuff was happening, but I wanted to follow through with the process just to see what my options were. I had about 4 or 5 team match calls until I got a match, and then I got the job.